Good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, yo, the sun came out early today. The sun came out early today. It's so hot already. But I'm out here getting my walk on, having my morning reflections. I know some of y'all see this title and was like, yo, this guy be using some crazy, some crazy analogies. But I can only explain things the way they are in my head. So today, I want to talk about the Carebear Stare, releasing anxious energy. Now, to those who are my age, and I'm dating myself, y'all know who the Care Bears were and what the Carebear Stare is. But to those who are younger, Care Bears was a cartoon that came on probably late 80s. Maybe early 90s, but I think late 80s. And these bears would always find themselves in some kind of issues with some kind of villain. But the way they would fight the villain, like they never viewed a villain as a villain. It's like this person just needs some love. So the Care Bears would do this thing called the Carebear Stare. And they would shoot love, cheerfulness, and good feelings out of their lower chest and their stomach to the person. They would be like, Carebear Stare. And they would send this energy out towards the villain. And they would defeat the villain by overpowering him with the love, cheerfulness, and good feelings. And they would flip the villain to a good guy with the energy that they're shooting from their stomach or their lower chest. Now, that area where they're shooting from in our body is called our solar plexus, which is a group of a whole bunch of nerves that control a lot of different things, our digestion, our heart rate, going to the bathroom, but it also controls our fight or flight feelings, fight, flight, or freeze. We always forget that freeze. So in our solar plexus is where we feel a lot of our anxiousness, our shame, our guilt. Like it's an actual feeling in the body when these nerves are operating a certain way because of something that's going on in our life or something that's going on in our mind. Because our body reacts to real life and heavily imagined things. So if you heavily imagine negative things, your body is going to respond like that thing actually happened, so you can create that nervous feeling in your body. Now, because I'm just simple, every time, like I would say, somebody going through a hard time, whatever, and I'm going to tell them I'm pray for them, I'm going to send them love, light, and positive energy. Every time I say I'm going to do that, I always actually close my eyes and try to do the Carebear Stare. That's my thing. I try to literally send that energy from me to them to help them through their rough time. I don't know if it works or not, but that's just what I do. But I want to talk about our own selves. Not trying to flip an outside villain, but to flip ourselves from being stuck in anxiousness or being stuck in guilt or shame or fear or doubt, any of those, all of those feelings that we feel right in here. That's where your solar plexus is. Remember this. I'm going to say this a million times. Anxiousness and excitement are the same physiological emotion. We just call one anxious or one fear, and we call the other one excitement. That's it. Now, in the body, anxiousness is excitement with no outlet. Anxiousness is excitement with no outlet. Picture this. You're a kid. It's Christmas Eve. You know how we feel on Christmas Eve. You excited. You so excited you can't even sleep. Imagine you got all that excitement for Christmas to come, right? and then you just stay stuck in Christmas Eve. It just never comes to Christmas. Christmas Eve, and then the next day is Christmas Eve again. That excitement after a while, because Christmas never comes, is going to begin to feel different because now you're viewing it differently. Because now you're saying, oh, Christmas is never going to come. I'm going to stay trapped in Christmas Eve forever. So now the very excitement you had now turns into anxiousness. So anxiousness, again, is excitement with no outlet. So when we're feeling these anxious feelings, we have to find, and first of all, let's step back. Before we find the way to move it, we have to figure out what that anxiousness is connected to. Not the negative thing, but the positive thing. Because it's something that you want to get out. The anxiousness is the solar plexus, all of those nerves connected with your enteric nervous system, all of those nerves is something that wants to get out, but you're not letting it out, and that's building up the anxiousness. So we got to find what's that thing that I need to let go. And then once you find it, you got to give it an outlet. I told y'all a couple of days ago, my thing is I had to get back to going live. I had to get back to going speaking. You know, once COVID hit, COVID like messed everything up. Like I was speaking, then you couldn't be around nobody. So that like slowed down me being on stage the way I used to be. I pretty much halted it. There are a lot of other things happening in life. That's a whole nother story. But I realized my thing. I realized my outlet. This is my outlet right here. So every time I come on here, whatever anxious energy is stored up in me, I Carebear Stare it. I release it right back out. I release that energy out. Whatever your anxiousness is, find that thing, find that way to release it, because it's not really anxiousness, it's excitement that needs somewhere to go. It's like a pipe that's clogged up. It can end up busting. It can end up flooding somewhere else. But you have to get it out. You got to get you got to find your Carebear Stare. Find your thing where you close your eyes and when I cook this, I'm going to put a video of Carebear Stare in there. Find your Carebear Stare. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds simple. But I'm trying to tell you, it's worked wonders for me. To be able to recognize, all right, now I have all this anxious buildup. I have all of this anxious buildup. What do I do with it? Do I just cry about it? Do I just feel sad every day? Do I just feel anxious and depressed all day, every day? Because with me, it started getting bad. But another thing, spiritually, right? Spiritually, God called you to do some stuff. And if you're not doing what you're called to do, He's going to make you feel uncomfortable. I talked about that in the video a while ago when Jeremiah said that he wasn't going to preach no more. And then he said, but I felt fire shut up in my bones when I stopped preaching the word. I don't know exactly what he felt, like I said in that video before, but I'm thinking the fire that he was talking about is that anxiousness in the body. And the only way he can get over that fire being shut up in his bones, that pain that he couldn't take in his body no more, the only way that he can get rid of it was to preach, was to do what he was called to do. So if you're dealing with anxiousness all in your body, you feeling that in your solar plexus right here, in your stomach, you feeling it in your chest, give that excitement an outlet. Give that excitement an outlet. Find your Carebear Stare, y'all. Find your Carebear Stare. It's Coach and Krumah.